Well, good midday to you. Boy, if we are not living in some of the most interesting times as has ever been seen in the history of this nation, we are here right now. It's an amazing moment to be alive. It's an amazing moment to see God work. It's an amazing moment for us to recognize and to understand that the God of our salvation is our present help. And God knows we're going to need some help. We're going to need all the help that we can get because people are just crazy right now. Good midday to you, Cora and Tammy and Linda. Good midday to you, one and all. It's an amazing time to be alive. It's an amazing time to see what is happening, what is transpiring. It's an amazing a moment in history. Monica, good midday. Thea, good midday to you. Grateful for those of you who are coming on to share with us on this Thursday. I'm amazed at how all the days seem to just run together. I was like, okay, what day is it today? Okay, but God is still good. Denise, Timothy, how are you? And we're grateful to God for those of you who are with us on today, and just thankful, just thankful for all that He does. Doe, how are you? Good midday to you as well. Grateful, 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 grateful. Laverne, how are you? Gina, how you doing? Good to have you. Good to have you. Good to have you with us. Linda, bless your sweet potato soul. Glad to have you here with us on this good midday. Yeah. No matter what, no matter what is transpiring, no matter what is happening, um, all I can say is that God is going to show Himself mighty, prevalent, and powerful in the midst of everything that's going on. And I am a firm believer in Chaplain Hearns. How are you? I'm a firm believer. Good midday to you, Cecile. I'm a firm believer that God is a present help, and we need His help. Sylvia Scott, how are you? Ethel, praying all is well with you and yours. And I'm going to get started in about another minute. I'm going to talk about a little something that is kind of off the beaten track. Yep. Oh, my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend. Hydration, hydration. Pastor-elect Jordan, we are grateful to God for you. Jemison, bless you. How you coming along, sir? I need to know, and I want to make sure. Raymond, Vernice, they always. I got people that call me Bishop all the time. You know what? I don't know what I'm gonna do with y'all, Minister Marcia. Let's talk about something as people are coming on. As you know, or maybe you don't know, Russia has and is. See, Jemison, yeah, you about ready to make me leap over my desk. Sean, how are you, sir? Bless you, my friend. Minister Faye, good to have you. No nightmares. I told you. Mm. Woo! This is how God works. Pee Wee, how are you? I got to talk to y'all about something. I really do. I gotta do this. And in case you don't know it, Russia is invading Ukraine. That might not mean much to some folk, but it's going to mean a whole lot to us in the next few days and few weeks. If you haven't paid any attention to it, Sister Thomas, how are you? The stock market is plummeting at an unbelievable rate. Oil is at, and that was earlier this morning because I'm sure it has gone up since then. Okay. At over $100 a barrel. The cost of food is getting ready to escalate at an unbelievable rate. Right now in Ukraine, they have hacked several of their banks that cannot dispense revenue to those people there. People in Ukraine are doing runs on ATM machines. Hey, LMA, sweetheart, how are you? The worst is yet to come. Let me give you some more. See, that's why it's so important to read. And I know it's a lost art in our video and technologically astute ages, but we got to read. Okay. Jemison, gas is going to get up almost to $6 a gallon before this is over. I'm not a prophet, but I operate in the prophetic. I'm trying to wait to see if Carletta hops on there so she can, or if Raymond is on here, or Vernice. They always say that. Winnie, how are you? If there was ever a time China has, good midday, Minister Sarah, sided with Russia. Linwood, how are you, man? Good to have you with us today. Has sided with Russia. And out of all of the economic sanctions that are being placed against Russia, Putin does not care. And then you had somebody that will remain nameless that considers him to be a genius. And Biden is going to be blamed for it all. I said that to say this. I have been teaching on how to overcome things. Last night, I was teaching on how devastating debt is. Little did I know. Now, I want to see if you've been paying attention to this, because have you noticed on Facebook how many repetitive friend requests are popping out now? Jaleesa, how are you? I hope folk where you at are listening to this too. Hey, Nancy, listen to what I'm saying. This morning, I ended up with at least 15 to 20 people with friend requests because their Facebook pages have been hacked. I put out there this morning, okay? I put out there this morning, change your passwords, plural. Hey, Yana, don't just change your Facebook passwords, change your other passwords. All I'm saying is, if you think for 1 second that this regime is just stopping at hacking one nation, you have deceived yourself. It is their job, their duty to become a world power again and subjugate each and every person to themselves, to them. And so And so this is what you've got. Thank you, Ayana. Listen, I'm not a prophet, but I'm telling y'all, if I ain't never operated in the prophetic before, I'm operating right now. My wife said that when she went to the store, she's got these oh God, what are they called? I can't olives that she loves. They were almost $2 a can. When she went yesterday, they were almost $3 a can. Food prices are going to go up ridiculously high simply because of wickedness in high places. Hey, Katrina, how are you? If there has ever been a time when the people of God better band together and lift each other up in prayer, that time is right now. Little did I know on what the Lord had me teach last night and the week before and the weeks during the snapshot, that the day would come when much of what I have been teaching has now or is or shall come to pass. That time is right now. You need to get rid of habits that are going to cost you money. You need, oh, okay. I am not a gloom and doom person. Barbara, Ida, I'm not gloom and doom. What I'm trying to get you to understand is the same God that protected the Israelites because of the blood over the doorpost is the same God that will take care of his elect, which doesn't mean just because you go to church that you're his elect. Are y'all hearing me? I want to make sure that you're hearing me. We received stimulus checks that were spent on frivolous stuff. And now we're going to need that money. And many people have bought dumb stuff with that money rather than putting it up or investing it. So when a time like this comes, they can survive. Okay. So here's what I'm saying. Ephesians chapter 6. Finally, my brothers and sisters, be strong in the Lord. You cannot afford to be weak right now. Be strong in the Lord, which actually in the Greek says we need to be empowered by the Lord. We are now going to need to walk in supernatural power that comes from the Spirit of God like we have never seen before. Because if we go into a full-blown war, soldiers right now are being dispatched that you don't know nothing about. You must be more than a church attendee. You must be more than someone who knows a couple of passages of scripture. You are going to have to know the word of the Lord for yourself. And in the midst of knowing the word of the Lord for yourself, Deborah, you also must know how to walk in it, because there's some times coming that are going to challenge our faith, challenge our belief, and challenge whether we really know who God is. I'm looking at something in Pittsburgh where there's bomb threats in schools. Hey, Erica, how are you? I see where people got pulled. I watched this video. This one person got pulled over. He's a part of the Senate or the Congress or something, and got mad because the officer did their job because of who he was. He's exempt from the law. This is the lawlessness that has been creeping into society over decades. And because of a certain person, it has now been unleashed into reality. Be strong in the Lord. Be empowered by the Lord. Now, here's what you got to know. If you have been following me, if you have been paying attention to me, if you have been noticing the teachings that God has permitted me to do, we must be imitators of God. We cannot allow the deficits in our life to control our behavior. We cannot allow these things that are creeping now to control us. We cannot allow. We've got to walk in the Spirit. We must absolve ourselves from the filthiness of the world and walk in the righteousness of God. Why? Because if the light of God through Jesus Christ is in us, we are darkness chasers. We need the wisdom of God so that he can not only order our steps, but we can walk in the steps he has ordered. I wish I had somebody who caught what I just said. You are going to have to know the word of the Lord, and you are going to have to learn how to encourage yourself in the Lord. You are going to have to tell yourself that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are going to have to tell yourself that the favor of the Lord is in your life right now. When you go to the grocery store, when you go to the fuel pump, wherever you're going, you got to know who you are, because if you look at the environment, it will scare you to death. I wish I had 5 people that understood what I just said. And then he says, put on the whole armor of God. We've been naked too long. Oh, yeah. I ain't talking about clothes. We've been naked too long. We have not on a daily basis put on the whole armor of God. Why? So that we can stand against the wiles. The word wiles in the Greek is schemes of the wicked. In case you didn't know it, the enemy has been scheming on your demise since the day you were born. Linwood, I hope some folk are catching this. The reason that things have come your way the way they have is because the enemy wants to destroy your faith. And if he can destroy your faith, he can destroy your influence. Because your walking with God is influential in the lives, not just of people who are walking with God, but people who don't know God, who are observing your behavior. They need to know that they ain't got to get high. They ain't got to get drunk. They ain't got to shoot up. They ain't got to snort. They ain't got to do none of that stuff. None of those things are necessary when you are armed to stand against the schemes of the wicked. Now, let me help you. Let me help you with this. Even in the placement of the armor, he yet still knows where you're weak. He will never attack you where you're strong. He will only come at you in your weaknesses. Because here's the key. Are y'all with me? I'm going to let you go. Here's the key. Okay? Yes, Linwood, my God, listen. He will destroy everything that's dear to you. And as Linwood says, including your family. Your loved ones, your relatives. Catch this. Here's what you're going to have to do. Know what you're wrestling against and quit fighting each other. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. I'm going to stop right there. Principalities. We need to understand. We need to understand, and we need to recognize clearly in no uncertain terms, okay, that the ruler of darkness, okay, the ruler of darkness is trying to destroy your faith and influence, because the power of your witness is in the walk of your faith. Can I say that again? The power of your witness is in the walk of your faith. Can I say it one more time? The power of your witness is in the walk of your faith. You don't need numbers, alcohol, gambling. You don't need fornication, sin. You need the righteousness of God. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you right. And for those of y'all that think only single people can do that, it's not true, because Jesus says if you look on one and lust, you've already committed adultery. That works both ways. We must cast down every imagination and every high, Lord have mercy, and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Okay? You have to be able to do that. You have to be able to do that. If you don't do that, you are going to live one of the most defeated lives that you have ever experienced in your life. You will never walk in power. You will never walk in victory. You will walk in misery the rest of your life. And I'm telling y'all right now, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going there. I'm not living like that. I refuse to live like that. Okay? Are y'all with me? 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5. 2 Corinthians. Wait a minute, I might want to go a little bit. Okay, here we go. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. I'm going to start at verse 3. Hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war against the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty in God for the pulling down of strongholds, casting down arguments, and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, bringing every thought into the captivity to the obedience of Christ. Listen to what I'm saying. I got to control what I think. And if I can't control what I think, at least submit it to God so he can help you to do so. See, that's what I'm talking about, Tammy. We are going to be light and salt. That's what we're going to do. Casting down, King James Version, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought. Think on these things, whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be anything praiseworthy, think on these things. And that's all I want to say. I got to go. I done been on here too long. Listen, you will overcome. You will be more than a conqueror. You will be the head and not the tail. I declare it. I decree it. It shall be so. Listen, love you one and all. Not sure what time the snapshot's going to be tomorrow. I got to be on a Compass board meeting. I think it's at 12. I may try to do 11. I may do 1. Y'all look out for it when it comes out, so that you will be able to know the next phase and the next part of what I will be sharing with you. Listen, love you one and all. Stay safe. Listen to what I'm saying. China is on fire again. And the same virus, which I believe it's the BA.2 that is out of control in China, guess what? Listen, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay safe. I love y'all too much to lose you to the schemes of the enemy. All right? Take care. Be blessed. Listen, listen, listen. Shop wisely, but make sure that you use wisdom in everything you do. May God bless you and may he keep you is our prayer.